Hello, I'm Becky May, and this is Sunny the Yoga Cat, and we are going to teach you this morning, I'm going to teach you my morning practice routine that I like to do most mornings. I will be honest and say not every morning. I am a human, but whenever I can I try and start the day with this sequence, and then I may or may not go into postures, asana work afterwards. So before we go into the practice, I want to just talk very briefly about the bandhas, the energy locks. So we have three main bandhas, and it's all to do with sealing energy into our main energy channel, which is called Sushumna Nadi. The energy channels in yoga, so in Chinese medicine, the meridians. In yoga, the nadis. It's a network of tens of thousands of channels of energy moving all the way through the body, but we've got this like central kind of motorway carrying energy up and down, more or less following the spine. So we seal the energy in at the bottom with the root lock, Mula Bandha. We seal the energy in at the top with the chin lock, Jalandhara Bandha. And in the middle we have the flying up lock, Uddiyana Bandha, which helps move the energy up. So to engage Mula Bandha, it's very subtle. There's a brilliant book called Mula Bandha, the Master Key, which explains all the different muscles and how they differ between men and women. But as a starting point, it's kind of the pelvic floor muscle. So if you need a pee and there's no toilet in sight, you kind of squeeze those muscles. So over time it gets more and more subtle. But to begin with, you can just lift up on the pelvic floor muscles. The next stage of subtlety is the perineal muscles. So the perineum is this umbrella muscle between the anus and the sexual organs on men and women, and you can kind of lift this umbrella muscle up. And then it gets more subtle from there, but as a starting point we try to lift up right at the base of the spine. So that's Mula Bandha, and it's actually difficult to engage Mula Bandha without also engaging Uddiyana Bandha, the flying up block. They kind of work together in tandem. So for Uddiyana Bandha, it's below the navel. The instruction I give as a starting point is draw the navel back to the spine. So if you try and draw the belly in, you are starting to engage Uddiyana Bandha, but it's actually more subtle again. So with the abdominals we have our superficial six-pack, the rectus abdominis, but then deeper in the body we have the transverse, the deep transverse abdominals, which are like this fleshy corset that supports the spine. It's really deep postural muscles. So it's more trying to get deep into the body and activate the deep transverse muscles, drawing them in. And again, beyond that it gets more subtle, but as we start to work with the physical aspects of the bandhas, that's the kind of muscles we're trying to connect with. So we lift up on the perineum or the pelvic floor, we draw the navel back to the spine, or try and find this mind connection with the deep transverse abdominals. So it's a sense of everything drawing in and up, but below the navel. And you feel this kind of powerhouse, central core area switched on. And then for chin lock, Jalandhara Bandha, many people don't have the flexibility in the neck at first to do this, and it's really about lifting the chest up towards the chin and then creating lots of space and bringing the chin to seal the skin of the chin with the chest for Jalandhara Bandha. When you've got all three locks switched on, it's hard to talk and do the chin lock. This is called Mahabandha, the big lock, or I can't remember the full lock, let's say, but it's Mahabandha is when all three locks are switched. Okay, so this my morning routine starts with working with Uddiyana Bandha and therefore also Mula Bandha, the root lock, because they kind of work together. It's great for the digestion, so before you've taken any food in or water in the day, start by getting the digestive juices flowing. So what we do is we take the feet just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. This is a kriya, yoga kriya, so kriya means cleansing technique. And bend the knees and just firmly plant the hands on the front of the thighs, so you're kind of leaning on the thighs a little bit. And we're just going to let the belly hang out completely as you exhale. Just let the belly flop out. And at the end of the exhale, you draw the navel up to the spine. We're activating Uddiyana Bandha. So you suck it all up. So I can't talk when I'm doing it, so I'll explain it and then I'll demonstrate it. So exhale, let the belly hang and drop. At the end of the exhale, suck everything up, and then you just hold. So we're not breathing in yet, we've breathed out, and in the space between breathing out and breathing in, we're just holding the belly up towards the spine for as long as possible. And when you can't hold any longer, you let the breath go, or you let the belly go, sorry, and a big inhale will rush into your body. You know, the inhale, because we've been waiting to inhale. So that's how you know you're doing it right, if when you let go of the belly, you inhale naturally. You also know you're doing it right if you start to feel some kind of suction in the throat, because we're actually we're working with the diaphragm, we're lifting everything up, creating a kind of suction vacuum, which you also feel in the throat because they're kind of linked. Took me years to find the connection with the right muscles and to be able to do this. So don't worry if you don't find that mind-muscle connection yet. You just start, and like with everything, practice makes perfect. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate the Uddiyana Bandha Kriya. Full exhale, belly drops out. End of the exhale, I suck my belly up towards the spine. And when I need to breathe, I let go, and the breath comes in to my body, the inhale. So we'll we're going to have a go at that, and I'll explain it again. We'll do a couple more together. So breathing out fully, let the belly hang. At the end of the exhale, suck the belly up to the spine, so you can see there's like this hollowing out belly. When you need to breathe, just release, and the inhale will rush into your nostrils. And then when you finish, just breathe out and just take some resting breaths. Okay. We'll do one more like that, then I'll add one more variation. So full exhale, let the belly hang, let it all hang out, and then at the end of the exhale, suck it all up. And when you need to release, just release, let the breath come in, the inhale, and then exhale. And just normal breathe. When you're in the hold, in the Uddiyana Bandha, you might also see if you can start to activate Mula Bandha as well, consciously, like drawing up the pelvic floor at the same time. So we'll just do one more like that. And in this last one, I'm going to give you the option, if you wish, if you feel quite comfortable with Uddiyana Bandha, what we're doing, this suction, sucking the belly in, you can start to do Agnisara. It's another yoga kriya, and it involves pumping action in the belly. This really gets the digestion going. So it's exactly the same. You exhale, let the belly hang out. At the end of the exhale, before you breathe in, you suck everything up, but then still without breathing, you're just engaging the muscles. You're throwing the belly out, drawing it in, throwing the belly out, drawing it in. So relaxing the muscles, contracting the muscles, relaxing, and as fast as you're able. So it's a pumping. And then again, when you need to breathe, you release the technique and you inhale. And that's how you know you're getting it, when the inhale naturally comes. So I shall demonstrate. Exhale, release the belly. Don't inhale. Exhale, release the belly. And don't inhale, just suck the belly up. And then pump. And when you need to release, and the inhale comes. Okay, so we'll do it together. And you can skip Agnisara, just repeat Uddiyana Bandha if that's enough for you. Like I say, this has been a very long process of learning for me. Exhale, let the belly hang, drop it out. End of the exhale, suck the belly in, and then choose, either stay there or pump. And when you need to, release and let the breath come into the body again. Exhale fully, and just coming up. Okay, so this is how I like to start the day, with some kriyas, stimulating the digestive system. Then I like to come into pranayama. So pranayama means breath, or prana is life force, and in this context we're talking about our breath and control or restraint. Yama means restraint. So it's about controlling our breath. So when we work with the kriyas in this way and the bandhas, when we work with the bandhas, we're learning how to seal energy into the body and direct it. You know, Uddiyana bandha's moving energy up our central energy column. And pranayama is also working with energy, prana, life force energy, learning how to circulate it around the body, to increase our prana by learning to breathe fully. So with this combination of pranayama, learning to breathe fully and generate prana, and then with the bandha work, learning how to harness it and direct it, and with many other yogic techniques, we can really start to use our yoga practice for great transformation and healing. You know, on a physical level, it's amazing, of course. Like, we use it to open up the body, and then as the body opens, we can start to perhaps delve more into these more subtle aspects, looking at the energetic body and how to open and transform the energetic body, because we need to heal ourselves and transform ourselves on all levels. You know, we're not just physical beings. So this is where I'm at with my practice. So for my morning pranayama routine, I start with Bastrika. It's a very dynamic technique, so again it's getting the energy moving first thing in the morning. So I'll demonstrate. We take the arms overhead and really work with the active hands here. So I spread the fingertips wide, really activate and open the palms. And as I exhale, I'm bringing the hands into a fist and drawing them down to my shoulders. And I'm exhaling quite forcefully out through the nose and breathing in and out through the nose. So it's inhale, exhale. So it's like a bellows breath. As we bring the hands down into fists, it forces the air out the nostrils. Okay. So it looks like this. Okay, so we're going to do, I do 3 rounds. Well, I tend to do 30, so 3 rounds of 10. Let's see how we go. Okay, so start by stretching the hands up, open the hands wide, breathe in through the nose, and we'll go for 10. Exhale, hands into fists down to the shoulders. And release, just between rounds, just pause. I tend to just do 30 in one go, but because I'm teaching, we're just going to take this little pause. Incidentally, this little sequence I'm teaching you, a wonderful, amazing, beautiful woman taught me this pranayama sequence in India quite a few years ago, and she said, if you do this every day for the rest of your life, you will be so happy and healthy. And I kind of have, you know, on and off, but I'm really so grateful to that woman. Okay, so again, hands up, breathe in through the nose, and then out into fist to the shoulders. And release. In between, you can just close the eyes, normal full breathing. You can slide the eyes together and up towards the third eye. This is a classic way of inwardly meditating. This area they call Chittakash. It's like your internal movie screen, just to observe what may or may not be occurring there, but just taking your internal awareness as the third eye as a point of focus. Noticing the energy rising, tingling in the hands and the arms. It's a physical breath. And then we'll go for one more round. So try to straighten the arms fully each time. Quite dynamic, this breath. Okay, so again, inhale through the nose, exhale to the shoulders. And release. So you could, you know, after you've watched this video a few times, you might just want to skip the gap in between and just do 30 in one go. That's what I do. But make sure at the end you just take that moment, inner awareness to the third eye, spine nice and straight, reconnect to your natural full conscious breathing in and out through the nose, letting everything settle. It raises the energy a lot, raises the prana a lot. And then I move into Kapalabhati, which strictly speaking, if we're going to get pedantic, is not a pranayama technique, it's another kriya, a cleansing technique, but I include it in my pranayama practice. So I take a particular mudra that this lovely lady, I can't remember her name, in India taught me, because she said with Kapalabhati you are generating a lot of air in the body, so it can lead to kind of trapped wind. So this mudra that we take is to combat the trapped wind. It kind of helps the vayu, the air element, move through the body. So we're tucking the fingernail of the first finger into the base of the thumb and extending the other 3 fingers. It's a bit like Jnana mudra, classic meditation posture, where you touch first finger to thumb, but tuck the fingernail into the root of the thumb. Rest the hands on the knees, or you could be in the lap, or whatever's comfortable for you. You don't have to take the mudra. Kapalabhati, where it's great for building this connection with Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, because it's all your awareness drops into the space below the navel. We're exhaling, we're forcefully drawing the diaphragm in, or the deep transverse abdominals in, and that action forces the air out through the nose. So in this breath, or kriya, we're focusing on the exhale, which is a forceful expulsion of air through the nostrils, initiated by this muscular action of drawing the diaphragm and the abdominals in. So there's a direct connection, in, out. And then the inhale just kind of happens and takes care of itself. You don't need to worry about the inhale, but you will inhale through the nose. I'll demonstrate. So when we're new to this, we tend to do it with the whole body. But try and relax the shoulders and try and drop your awareness into the space below the belly, and just let the lower belly muscles do all the work. So there's this direct, I'm drawing it in and it's forcing the air out. Okay, so again, this took me a long time to get to know how to get the muscle memory. So be patient with yourself, just keep having a go. Don't worry if you're using your shoulders to begin with, but just keep trying to remind yourself to release and drop the awareness down into the body. It's one of the best things about this posture, is it builds this awareness of these deep postural muscles, this deep wisdom within the body of how to hold ourselves as we walk through our days. And of course our bandhas, our energy locks. So nice straight spine, take the mudra if you wish, shoulders back and relaxed. And again, we're going to do 3 rounds of 20. Go at your pace. If my pace is too fast, slow it down, and you don't need to do 20, you just do 10 or whatever, okay? But we'll do 3 rounds. Again, eventually I just do it all as one big, I can't remember how many I do, but quite a few, and I just do it once and then rest. But to learn, it's good to just do a few, take a break, do a few more, take a break. Okay, so we'll do 20. And release. In between, just let the belly relax. It's quite, especially when we're new, we're using these deep transverse muscles quite a lot, so it can be quite fatiguing on the muscles. It's great for toning the belly and the waist, by the way. And again, take your awareness to the third eye. And we'll go into another round of 20 when you're ready. And release the belly, close the eyes, taking the awareness to Chittakash between the eyebrows. Relax the jaw and the shoulders, nice straight spine. And final round. If at any point you start to feel light-headed or dizzy or anything, just skip and just come back to normal, steady, conscious breathing in and out through the nose. Otherwise, again, 20. And release. Release the belly, natural breathing, but conscious breathing. Full, slow, deep inhales and exhales in and out through the nose. Relax the shoulders. Great. So pranayama, yes, it's very important not to let any tension or anxiety creep into the practice. If any hint of anxiety or tension comes in, just drop the practice, come back to conscious breathing. That is also pranayama. It's one of the sharper tools of the yogic kit bag, the pranayama, and we're trying to strengthen, purify the nervous system. But if we're allowing tension and anxiety to come in, we're actually doing the opposite. We're actually can be damaging the nervous system or creating more problems, and that's really the opposite of what we're trying to do. So we want to ease in very gently and make sure we're always feeling comfortable, in control of what we're doing, relaxed, because when we're working with the breath, it can bring up a lot of stuff, a lot of anxiousness or whatever. And that's part of it, you know, we're purifying, but we ease in and always come out of the practice whenever it's at all uncomfortable. And the other thing to say is to always keep the spine nice and upright and freedom around the torso. So in some ways it's fine to lean against a wall if you struggle to sit, but you won't be able to breathe fully, because when you breathe in, your rib cage is expanding out to the back as well. So really it's better to sit freely in the centre of the room, even if you need to sit up on a meditation cushion or a block or something like that. Okay, so the next breath I go into, I don't always do this one, but most days I do. You know, if I have to take one out, this is the one I take out, but I love it. It's a really good preparation if you want to then go into meditation. So it's called Brahmani breath, which means the bee breath, and we're humming, which creates an internal reverberation or vibration in the body that, you know, sound is healing. It is very well documented. So we're creating this vibration that you can feel inside your body. And we're also working with pratyahara, which means sense withdrawal. So the mudra, to encourage pratyahara, I'll give you two options. The full mudra, you take the first finger to the middle of the eyebrows, the middle finger to the inner eyes, the fourth finger just gently touches the outer nostrils, and the little finger touches the outer lips, the corner of the lips, and the thumbs stick in the ear. So the most important thing is that the thumbs stick in the ear. So don't do that quite yet, because I'm still talking. So you can do the full mudra, or if you don't want to do the full mudra, just stick the thumbs in the ears. But you want to really stick them in, so you create that kind of vacuum, so you shut out the outer world. That's the whole point, really. Pratyahara, inward focus, and then you really feel the vibration inside you in a different way. And then what we do, so I imagine my thumbs are stuck fully in the ear. We breathe in through the nose. As we breathe out, we just hum with the lips gently sealed until the end of the exhale. It doesn't matter what pitch, your natural pitch, it can change. You know, we're going to do 5, so it can change sound. It doesn't matter. Just let it come out. So. And when you finish, you just breathe in again through the nose and breathe out again through, again, humming. So obviously you don't want to look stupid in front of other people, but you're probably on your own. And I remember always feeling a little bit embarrassed with this one at first, but it's a really lovely one. So definitely give it a go. And if someone walks in and sees, then lucky them, they get to see some crazy yoga stuff, and their day will be better for it. Okay, so full mudra, all thumbs in the air. We're going to go 5 rounds. I'm going to do it, so just keep going at the end of it, okay? Make sure you follow each exhale out fully. Big inhales in between. When you've completed your 5, just release the hands. And it can be quite trippy, this one, so just enjoy that when you take the thumbs out, the sense of the outer world coming back in, but still retaining this inner focus. It really helps us find this inner focus. So take the inner gaze up to the Chittakash, the third eye, space between the eyebrows. And then the final technique that I do each morning, most mornings, is Nadi Shodhana, the single nostril breath. And really this is my favourite. Okay, so if you only have time to do one, this is just such a good pranayama technique to bring into your daily life. It's balancing, it's relaxing, it's cleansing, purifying. It's just, yeah, brilliant. So the mudra I tuck the first two fingers of my right hand. I'm right-handed. You could do this with the left hand and just reverse lefts and rights when I'm speaking. And you extend the thumb and the last two fingers. And we're going to use the thumb and the last two fingers to alternatively close off each nostril. So we're only ever breathing out through one nostril. Nice straight spine. Other hands just relaxed on the floor. Try and relax the shoulders, even the one that's holding up the hand. So try not to create lots of tension. Keep that right shoulder down. We start by pressing the right thumb onto the right nostril and forcibly expelling all the air out the left nostril. This is a preparation. Then we close off the left nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril. At the top of the inhale, swap. Close right nostril, breathe out left. Breathe in left. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out right. That's one round. Breathe in right. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out left. Breathe in left. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out right. 3 more rounds. Breathe in right. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out left. Breathe in left. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out right. Breathe in right. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out left. Breathe in left. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out right. Last round. Breathe in right. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out left. Breathe in left. Top of the inhale, swap. Breathe out right. Release the right hand. Rest the hands on the lap, mudra or not, and just breathe in and out through both nostrils for a few deep conscious breaths. And when I work with Nadi Shodhana, I actually work with kumbhaka, breath retention. So at the top of each inhale, before I swap, I hold the breath by sealing both nostrils, and I do the same at the bottom of each exhale. You can experiment that, but with really that caveat of do not allow any anxiety to come in. Only hold for as long as you feel comfortable, and then let the next breath come. Okay. And then just to finish everything off, I do the microcosmic orbit, which comes more from the Tantra Taoist or Chinese tradition. But it's a way of, again, consciously moving energy. So we've created and generated a lot of great prana with this sequence of exercises, fantastic sequence. And now we consciously move it round up the back of the spine, over the top of the head. So we start with the awareness at the base of the spine, so in the perineum. We start with the awareness there, and as we breathe in, we imagine our prana, our energy, coming up the back of the body, touching all the chakra points, coming over the top of the head, and at the top of the inhale it comes to the tip of the nose. As we exhale, that energy travels down the front of the spine again, touching each chakra point, and at the end of it, exhale, we finish where we started at the sacrum. So we're moving it in this orbit, this cycle, circular orbit around the body. And you can touch the tip of the tongue to the back of the teeth, right on the top of the roof of the mouth, just behind the top teeth as you do this. So again, take your Nana Mudra, first finger to thumb, or hands open, palms up, palms down, whatever you feel. Take your awareness to the perineum at the base of the spine, and start to draw the energy up the spine. So inhale, imagine that energy travelling up the back of the body, following the trajectory of the spine, over the top of the head, to the tip of the nose. Exhale that energy down the front of the spine, finishing up, just tucking under the body, coming back to the perineum. And just repeat that 4 more times, so 5 microcosmic orbital breaths. You can have your awareness at Chittakash, the third eye, eyes drawing in and up as you do this breath. And when you've done your 5 full microcosmic orbital breaths, you can open the eyes if they're closed and just give yourself a big pat on the back, because that is an excellent way to start your day, or at any point in the day, but particularly good first thing. And I will share more pranayama, I'll share the Ujjayi breath technique with you another time. But thank you for sharing pranayama practice with me today. Namaste, and hope to see you again soon.